New Yorkers barely flinch as a bare-butt man strolls through the subway station. Honestly, I feel like at this point to them, it's just a regular Tuesday event. And I can't be the only one that's ever wondered what it would be like to see a death match between a Florida man and a New York man. I mean, heck, I forget Gogeta versus Broly. I want to see New York versus Florida man. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/trashy, the world's most favorable dumpster fire. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions. I'm always taking them video game background recommendations, and that engagement is absolutely splendid. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. We're getting pretty close to that 70,000 subs, and be really cool to get there. Offing someone suspect calls the emergency line over cold McDonald's fries and is arrested trying to run away from the cops. Is it just straight up something I would expect to see on the whole True TV world's dumbest criminals kind of thing? Like, how stupid do you have to be to call cops over cold fries, let alone off that, but on top of the whole thing, not even factor in, oh, maybe they might be looking for me. Description: used baby diapers. Yeah, ain't no way I'm scrolling up if anybody eating their lunch. Just trying to make my rent with one toddler and a newborn, and a friend said some people on here are into that. Happy be free. Oh, winky face. Look, I know money's tight and everything, and everybody's doing what they can to make a quick buck, but I do not believe that there is a market demographic, last I checked, of anybody that wants anything to have to do with used products that involved inner bodily things. I don't want to know if there's a market for it, because if there is, I swear I'm gonna throw a toaster at somebody. Buyer of catalytic converters. Yeah, no, it's dum-dums like this and thieves that will gladly sell to people like this that are the reason I'm very anxious whenever I have to leave my vehicle outside for an extended period of time, which last I checked is pretty much all the time. I just don't want to come out one day, it sound like ricer noises, and then I have to spend money because somebody else stole my stuff. And actually, the only solution I could really think to help protect myself is to weld the word thief onto my catalytic converter to make sure that if anybody steals it, we all know who did it. And to anybody who would think it's all cool and everything, and it was a nice profitable thing to steal catalytic converter, I wish your parents had pulled out.
So it's also another thing, you gotta accommodate other people too. So
absolutely. But I don't. But look how big. Once you get to this size, you don't go around asking people how many sets you got left, bro.
I asked you nicely, bro.
See that? He's a little punk kid, a little spoiled.
Yeah, I'll tell you this right now, dum-dum. Nobody's gonna want to have you around the gym if you're gonna act like that. Just because you got a little bit of muscle don't mean you can walk all over people. And you're really saying, oh, once you get to this size, you don't have to ask. Now, what do you think you could do? Just walk up and punch somebody off of a machine? And for anybody who might have not spotted, unfortunately, this all ties down to another side effect of this type of attitude, which is an egotistical disease known as invisible lat syndrome, or better known as ILS. It's when you have just a little bit of muscle, or you do chest day, and then if you are not physically able to have your arms at your side, you always have to have them bent out at an angle to make yourself look bigger, to try and intimidate other people, because apparently the gym is the fucking animal kingdom. If you or a loved one suffers from ego lifting or ILS, might I prescribe you the lovely medication called Growaset. Side effects may include you actually becoming a decent human being, although treatment is definitely something that will take its time, best you have your patience with the process. Ah yes, it's that special edition of the F-Series from Ford. It's the white privilege edition, the 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8. I've seen the joke, the ones that are actually funny of this on Facebook Marketplace, and this ain't one of them at all. When I see this, the only thing I can think of is that the only person laughing at this is the person who bought it. Who the frick put their OnlyFans on my dead grandma's bench? Have some respect. Look, I'm gonna be honest, whoever thought that marketing themselves like this was a good idea, and with the bench and everything, I'm gonna assume that you really are desperate to have some type of audience. I can honestly care less whether or not you have an OnlyFans or not, but like, when it comes to like advertising yourself, like, don't do it on stuff that's commemorating people who are deceased. Like, you would think, just as a general rule of thumb, hey, have some respect, but no, apparently there's somebody out there that doesn't have that thought process. Whoever thought that Wet Dream as a boat name was trashy, I mean, just the smallest amount, but also at the same time, anybody whose boat name is a play on words, you got a little bit of a giggle out of it. Personally, I'm more of a Bodie McBoatface kind of name person myself, but hey, whatever floats your boat. I finally found found a man I don't have to doubt with his whereabouts, so I'm getting rid of the 2 tile device trackers for $40 or best offer. Ah yes, you know, because nothing speaks true love like I'm finally getting rid of the tracker. I've talked about Itasha cars in the past, and I've actually started to kind of have a little bit of an appreciation for the level of detail that goes into all of that, because for nice ones, there actually is a bit of a taste in it all. It's a nice, there's ways to do it right, and then there's ways that wind up on r/trashy. An example of that being the reason I can't scroll down, because none of the characters have the shirt on. And yeah, there are ways to do Itashas that are actually very nice looking, because you find a way, though, like an art style and a character that you like that works with the vehicle, and it actually turns out to something really, really good. Speaking of the guys at Otakon, some of the photos I had taken there actually were some of the nice cars. And my friend and I even got talking with the people that actually own those cars. They were very friendly, had a passion about what they were doing, and that's what I like seeing, people doing what they like to do. And honestly, the more I talked with these guys, the more I wanted to get something that was along the lines of that type of vehicle. Like, I've always loved stuff like the Datsun 240, 60, and 80 series, so maybe something like that could come in the future. I don't know. It's a nice cheap car to get, and it looks pretty fun. Would I Itasha it, though? I honestly don't know. That's all left up to a big old maybe. There's been some local meets that I've been meaning to go to, so I might actually wind up checking them out sometime soon.
Been drinking since I was 12, hard labor all my life, still get rock hard for my wife 3 times a week. Thank you, Bush.
Look, I'm not much of a beer person myself, but I already know for a fact that canned beer in general is just canned crap. Plus also, dude, 3 times a week, last I checked, that's 50% or less than 50% still ain't a passing grade, my dude. Plus also, I don't really think that is something that is a general good idea to flex about. You know, whenever I've had trash that I can't figure out where to put it in the Gladiator, I always just toss it on the back floor because it's the rubber mat and everything, so if it does get dirty, I can just take it out and rinse it. I never understood how people can then just think that they can throw stuff in the back, forget about it, and then wash, rinse, repeat. And I've straight up seen ones where there is so much trash that the only thing in there that can fit a single person is the driver's seat. If by any chance there happen to be people that let their cars get this dirty, how and why? Because honestly, I'm dumbfounded at this. I've always just been a bit of a neat freak when it comes to interior cleanliness. Like, at most, I have forgotten a water bottle in the cup holder. That's it, though. Okay, look, I can understand if you're a little bit of a religious person, you know, God is for good all the time, and how the rest of that saying goes. But you also might want to learn how to spell things, because different words can sound alike, but be spelled different and have completely different meanings. And I'm honestly kind of wondering how long this person has had this hoodie and not realized what that means. On Friday night, this man stole a 9-inch dong display from Adam and Eve, just sharing to let other businesses know to watch out for him. If you recognize him, please PM me info. Right, I know for a fact I'm not the only one thinking this. How the hell you hide it? 'Cause there is no dong in any of those photos whatsoever.
My girlfriend would have such an easier time mentally, she worries, if I had a place to stay, so here I am officially asking if anyone in Virginia Beach wants a roommate. Been the life of the party and living outside for years now. Please only free or near free offers. I know what I've got here. My last situation fell through cause one of my friends got envious of my huge redacted and lied about me, plus I've given everything to live with others every time and I'm always left with nothing. Am super hygienic, will help you stop being lazy, and, of course, as always, IFU, so you have to deal with that smell. Let me know sometime before winter or I'll get real crazy on you. Oh, yes, no, this totally says I would love to have this person as a free living roommate. There's gotta be a reason why, even though his girlfriend's concerned about him having a living place, she don't want him as a roommate. Plus, like, the only thing you're saying, oh yes, I know what I have. The only thing you got going is you advertising that you do the under the sheet shuffle. Nothing else, really, like, at all. If you're gonna be living with somebody, pretty much like the bare minimum is that you pay the rent portion. If you are actually homeless, then there's gotta be some sort of shelter around that'll be able to help you out. The National Thoughtist Behavior Protection. 262 got ya, H. You know, I was honestly only expecting to see this type of livery on stuff like Nissan Altimas and
and Chevy Tahoes, but you know what? I guess they're expanding their fleet. If anybody can help me find out the actual number about it all, how many seconds was the Thought Patrol stuff actually funny for? Because I think we're a little bit over whatever the number is. And the more I see it, the more I just kind of think this is just straight up annoying. Maybe this is the organization that pulls over the vehicles that randomly say, send me money, here's my Venmo. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Leave me a comment down below what video game you like to see in the background. That engagement is always welcome, and I always like seeing what people like to say. But I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.